everyone, relax. This is TOFOP. I'm Charlie Hills.
Oh, Will Anderson, hello, and thank you for watching.
And so we're just talking about the career of Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah.
I was surprised.
Is royalty that I recognise.
That's right.
Hail to the Queen.
King
Queen
Charles
and Queen
Latifah.
Latifah.
The only two monarchs.
That's my royal family.
Oh, and King Ralph.
Yeah.
Rest in
King
peace.
Ralph and Queen Latifah. That's mine.
But you brought up Queen Latifah, and I said to you, I know she's famous and I know who she is, but I can't think of anything of hers that I know of. And then you said
She made a TV series that I watched, which I'm not saying was good.
yeah.
But I'm saying that I watched all of and enjoyed of The Equalizer.
Is her first name Queen?
Yeah,
Or is that just
she was born Queen.
Okay, she was named,
from a
named
long
Queen.
line of Latifahs.
No, but is actually her name, or did she adopt the Queen?
Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Do you think Queen Latifah?
Yeah,
I mean,
you can name your kid.
You know what? You absolutely.
That's what
can.
I mean.
I was about to.
To
I was about to
destroy
go
me.
all in.
This is a YouTube clip. Anderson destroys.
I'm a different person these days because there was a time, Charlie,
Yeah.
that I would have been like, "Oh, what are you talking about? You think her parents actually called her Queen? Like, who does that serve?"
But do you think her parents called her Queen?
No, I don't. I don't think they. I don't
Elise,
think she-
fact check.
Her parents called her Dana.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dana.
yeah, no, Dana Latifah.
Dana Latifah.
Not as cool as Queen Latifah.
No, Dana Owens.
Dana Owens.
Oh, God.
Oh, Dana Owens.
That is the
Queen Latifah.
I would change my name to Queen Latifah as well. Like, no offense to Dana's or Owens's,
Yeah.
but that's no Queen
Dana's
Latifah.
a great name. Owens is a great name.
Now, let's see if I can, out of just what I know of Queen Latifah,
Okay.
hip hop artist,
Yes.
transitioned into acting,
Yes.
and now I think he's kind of like just a sort of
Icon.
like multi-hyphenate, could do celebrity squares, could do
Absolutely.
The View, all that kind of stuff. Am I in the right territory?
I think Queen Latifah is an all-rounder.
What's her number?
In the way
what's
that
her biggest song?
Dana Owens could never dream of being.
Dana Owens is your guidance counselor. Dana Owens thinks you shouldn't get into comedy, Will. There's no future. in
Dana
that.
Owens is like, you know what you shouldn't do? Get into hip-hop as a woman. But Queen Latifah
Yeah.
thinks you
Fuck
should own
that.
that shit.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
What was her biggest song? Elise, would I know it?
What was?
According to Spotify, it's from a musical.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wicked? No.
You can't stop the beat from Hairspray.
Oh.
You can't stop the beat.
By the
Okay,
way,
what's
I
this-
enjoyed that rendition.
you.
Though.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you
gonna
very
get
much. That
we're
was
gonna
very
get a
good,
strike
actually. I
against
didn't-
us by Spotify. That was so accurate.
Right infringement.
They had Queen Latifah on.
Can you believe it for one line?
Yeah.
Can you tell me though what's her song that one of her originals?
UNITY? Unity? When
Oh.
you're see, these are also from musicals. When You're Good to Mama from Chicago.
I had no. So she's a musical actress as well. It's just
It's nothing the Queen can't
Walter
do.
the Dinosaur from the movie Ice Age.
oh yeah.
I mean, you are right, though. Queen Latifah is the ultimate multi-hyphenate,
Yeah,
right?
but there's so many. It happens on the show occasionally that we'll start off with a lighthearted riff on a celebrity, and then we dig into it. Like, remember Vanilla Ice? Look at Vanilla Ice,
Yeah.
and then find out he's like world champion jet skier, had his own home renovation show. Like, he's done all this other stuff. Like, Vanilla Ice part of it is like right down the bottom, and Queen Latifah seems like she's one of those people.
What are you?
Did you know? Sorry,
Okay, go on.
Martin Short is dating Meryl Streep.
Hmm.
You knew that?
Yeah.
That is crazy. I had no idea that would never in a million years have put those two together. Funny little quirky weirdo Martin Short. Our generation, the world's greatest actress,
Yes.
Meryl Streep.
Mhm.
Can you see them together? What were
World's
they talking
greatest
about?
actress, Meryl Streep, and one of the world's greatest all-round performers, Martin Short. Like, he is
Guess
one of
so.
the greatest entertainers
Yeah.
of all time, Martin Short.
Yeah.
Just because he plays a clown doesn't mean that they're both like high performers who have reached the
excelled
ultimate in
in
their
their field.
and
I guess
he
so.
for like his characters are comedic, but he has had plenty of other guises that are outside Martin Short.
I reckon they
I've done a
would-
gig with Martin Short. That is
Really?
actually one of my real
Whereabouts?
in,
Did he know?
in Canada. I was dressed as Meryl Streep.
I'm Meryl now, Martin. It's like trying to call security
Her
frantically.
least convincing role. Will Anderson is Meryl
She
Streep.
can do an Australian accent. We
Yeah.
all know that.
Imagine if I
Bingo
was
took
Me-
a baby.
Imagine if I was Meryl Streep right now, and it was
Oh
just
my
like
God.
pulled off my face, and I was
She
like,
can
"Here
do
we go."
everything.
And she was like, "By the way, Devil Wears Prada 2 in cinemas."
So what was the Martin Short gig? Just for
Yeah, in
laughs?
Canada. I was doing a comedy festival, actually in Vancouver, I think it was, in Canada.
And
And Martin Short was one of the. It was a gala lineup, and
Right.
Martin was on. We shared a green room together. It was really
what was
fun.
he like?
Yeah, delightful, as
Exactly
you can
what
imagine.
you'd expect.
Exactly what you'd imagine that he is. So
Yeah.
so lovely.
I remember
and
when you
delightful.
had Mark Humphreys on Philosophy, he was talking about his love for Martin Short. Like he's a shortophile. Is that what you call him? He's a shorty.
Yeah, I think that like having seen him in that show with Steve Martin as well when they did those live shows, you just know that he's just such a driving force of energy and momentum and chaos, and that he is both beautifully aware, self-aware, and just that little bit not self-aware that you need to be able to be like, you can't just be parodying that style of performer. You have to actually enjoy being that style of performer at the same time. But I think that he is, like, if he was just what he presents himself as
Yes.
being, it would not work as effectively.
I think his appeal is that because he's so lovable and, for lack of a better word, like goofy, he has that kind of like goofy, like giant adolescent or grown up adolescent energy. When he does the nasty stuff, because he can be really dark and nasty.
So nasty.
And
cutting, biting.
Yes, but he
Yes.
doesn't overuse it.
No.
So when it comes out, it's a bit like Maria Bamford or something like that. Like that's when they bring out the bit of the kind of nasty or the crazy or whatever. It's like,
You're like,
"Ooh."
hang on, what did you just say?
A little too soft.
Oh, oh boy.
But then it's funny because you think about a lot of those comedians from that generation, like the ones who have sort of retreated into bitterness and anger, and then the ones who are still kind of like popular and still seem to be well adjusted and do really well. And it is because they have that balance of, okay, there's the showbiz element and the kind of politics, I guess, of being famous still. And like Martin Short hosts like game shows and he acts in big films and does all that kind of stuff. But he seems like a guy who just genuinely likes working. He's not sort of railing that he's not getting the even bigger opportunities or that he used to be much bigger. He doesn't have that sort of Chevy Chase kind of bitterness.
Can I ask you an ethical dilemma?
Yep.
So, if you are in
Kill
a
Hitler.
if
Do
you
it.
are in a relationship with Meryl Streep,
Yep.
and she's like you said, the greatest actor of our lifetimes. Like, is it cheating to get her to pretend to be somebody else? Would it be
Is
like
it like the Seinfeld episode with the masseuse? It's like, just like, give me a voice.
I mean, not just give me a voice, but like if you really had a thing for Meryl Streep's character in The Devil Wears Prada, right?
Right.
Would
Reach into your bag of tricks.
Yes.
Meryl.
How would you feel as an
Okay,
actor?
so you've got like a Dom kind of fantasy, and you're like, I want you to be that.
Yeah.
What's the name of the character from Devil Wears Prada?
Miranda Priestley. No, is that right? Oh yeah, okay. Getting the
Okay,
thumbs
Miranda
up.
Priestley.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Um,
Because if it's Meryl and she's got such a great range,
I think
like
for
if you-
Marty, sure, but not on the first date.
No, I'm not saying on the first
Okay.
date, but I'm just saying if you are dating Meryl Streep,
Yeah.
are you getting to date 12 different people without cheating? Like, could Meryl be,
Yeah, it's a good question.
in...
Yeah. Sure. Like, I guess so. I don't think that's cheating at all.
When Daniel
But hang on,
Day-Lewis
but-
is in his, like, method years.
But last episode we
okay.
talked about Harrison Ford, right?
Yes.
And we're saying how like Harrison Ford, when we're talking about Biscoff, like Harrison Ford's like the
Yeah,
Biscoff. He
he's
did one
just-
thing really
yeah.
well. She,
Harrison Ford in this scenario
yeah,
is just putting on a different uniform.
that's right. He's putting a fedora, or he's putting
Han
on his
Solo,
Witness,
yeah,
like
right?
he's John Bookman from Witness.
But
or
he's
whatever.
pretty much who he is.
Yeah, he's an
regardless.
exasperated everyman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's his skill set.
But Meryl,
yeah, I don't think
she's
it is cheating.
inside the character.
All right, let me get
Yeah.
wankery and actory
Yes,
for a
please.
second.
That's what I wanted.
Is that it's and I'll get very nerdy because I'll bring in wrestling as well. And it also relates to comedy. It's all an extension of your character.
Yeah.
So Meryl Streep is not becoming someone else. Miranda Priestley is an extension of Meryl and obviously her, because what she's doing is she's reading that script, she's thinking about the character, and she's finding what's my access point to this? Like, how do I find a way to be this? Why would I treat someone like this? How could I be so cold? What are my values? It's not like you are becoming someone else. There's a really interesting interview with Kirsten Stewart, I think it was with GQ or the New York Times a few months ago now, where she was saying to the interviewer, they're talking about acting, and she said, have you noticed how there's no female method actors? And the interviewer and me as the viewer was like, yeah, she's kind of right. And she's, you know why that is? And she's gone, because men get so insecure around acting as a profession, they have to find a way in that's kind of like, what I do is serious and it's heavy and it's, because it's, for a lack of a better term, like being an actor, it's considered like you're going into your emotions. It could be considered more feminine. So this idea that I can't access my emotions that easily, I have to stay in the character and, I'm playing a junkie, so I'm not going to sleep for 5 days. Right?
Yeah.
And she's like, just fucking act. Like, just think hard about what it'd be like to be addicted to drugs and blah, blah, do your research. She said it's just it's an overblown thing that actors need to be method. Now, I think whatever works you do you. But I do think there is some validity in what she's saying, is that every actor, you are not becoming someone else. It's not like you go into a fugue state where you channel a completely different, it's you. You are aware that there's cameras and lights around you and that you have to hit your mark and say your line. And when they call cut, you go get lunch. So no, it's not cheating. It's Meryl finding a version of herself, which everyone does in their lives, just to kind of a different extent. If you're talking to a police officer because you've been pulled over, that's a version of you that is going to be different to when you're talking to your partner or when you're hanging out with your mates or whatever. So, no.
So then, do you think it's impolite to ask them to do, like,
the specific
tonight,
character.
could you be Miranda Priestley for me?
Depends on how close you are. I'd say if it's long-term partner, then no, it's no different to any couple asking their partner to role play.
What if we would do it so once a month? Like once a month, we're having a special night.
Yeah, me and you.
No,
okay.
Me and Meryl. In this scenario,
I was getting very confused.
No, me and Meryl.
I know we haven't seen each other in a while, but you missed me more than I thought. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, okay, you can put yourself into this scenario.
Okay, I know. I'm Meryl Streep.
You are Meryl
perfect
Streep in this.
Yes. This is getting very meta.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm playing Meryl, playing someone else. Let's go.
So, would there be any characters, like, would you be offended if I skipped characters? Would you be a completist if I started out on this journey and I was going through
all of them,
this one, and then I skipped over one or whatever? Would you have a problem with that? Would you think that it was specific to the roles? Would there be any that you would feel uncomfortable?
Well, yeah, like I think it'd be weird if Martin Short wanted her to play Lindy Chamberlain, like that poor mother who went through that awful experience. That would be one.
You think that would be too much?
Well,
so if he's just like, come on, just say the dingo took your baby.
I think the question would be, look, I'm not here to kink shame anyone, like whatever turns you on, but I think I would
love you, baby. Say my baby. Say my baby.
I would wonder what it was about that character that you found a turn on. Like I imagine for lots of actors who are very famous for a specific role, like a Henry Winkler or our references are also fucking old. I can't think of one. Give me a modern actor who's famous. Like who's the guy who played Superman? Tom Welling, right?
Okay.
I imagine there was a period of time.
Oh, go a more modern Superman. David Corenswet.
David Corenswet. I imagine, or any Marvel superhero, if they're single, I imagine that there would be a percentage of people who they run into who want them to be
just be that
character.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Like I imagine when Tom Selleck was at his most famous doing Magnum PI,
people are like, get in that Hawaiian shirt,
get in that Hawaiian shirt, put on the Dodgers cap, and be like charming and wink to the camera like occasionally, like for sure.
All right, then of your roles, then, what are your range? What's your village?
That
people?
Is assuming I have range.
No, but of characters,
at
least of character types, of hats and uniforms that you're going to put on.
Yeah.
What other if this is now you?
Yeah.
If people are coming to the Charlie Clausen actor date night, and these are the various characters that you have to offer. Now, policeman, like you've played a policeman.
Pretty obvious.
That's a pretty obvious one, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people have a man in uniform.
What are you going to do?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's easy.
Easy. Yeah.
Pretty easy to do a policeman. What else?
All right, so let's see. Let's just go
Yeah.
through the characters. Landscape gardener.
Oh, is that landscape gardener maybe is like sexy.
Yeah, it's
I can imagine people like finding
like
that
a Jamie Drury.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Jackaroo.
Oh yeah, jackaroos. Yeah, that's sexy. You could
yeah.
definitely do jackaroo as like.
Masseuse.
Oh yeah, all right.
Fireman. I played a fireman.
Oh,
I basically played
you've got a calendar.
Chippendale. Every Chippendale's cliche.
Oh my God.
Cowboy, cop, fireman. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, is that all? I've just been a himbo all this fucking time. High school teacher. I mean, who's detention. Yeah,
exactly.
Real estate agent.
That's probably not. That's the problem.
Photographer.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
photographer's a bit sexy too, though.
But what's the question though? Would I have a problem playing any of these roles again?
Which of those would you be most turned off by if the person
Wanted me to pretend to be?
Yeah. Is it real
A
estate
role
agent?
play, real estate agent. I didn't like playing real estate agent. I think, look, the obvious ones of like cop, cowboy, teacher, fireman, you kind of get, because they're popular for a reason.
Yes.
They're kind of accessible fantasies. I think it'd just be like any kind of like, I've played chef. Like the more niche it gets, the sort of what is turning you on. I wouldn't have a problem with any of it. If anyone wants to, the fact that anyone would ever want to sleep with me, I consider like a bonus. Sure, I'll do that.
What's the least, like of
Sexy.
all the roles that you've played, what's the least sexy?
Well, I mean, there was a show called Satisfaction in which I played John, who was going to sex workers.
And ironically, you think that was the least sexy?
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, because
what was his
deal?
deal?
Yeah, I can't remember. He was a lawyer, I think. I can't remember if there was a story. I don't even know if they actually went into if there was a particular what my drama was around that. I mean, that's so weird. I did like 3 or 4 episodes, and I can't actually remember. Because there was so much sex. I can't actually remember what the story. I can't remember what the storyline was.
Yeah.
But
another great example that sometimes the least sexy thing is just showing all the sex.
But look, the thing that I probably would say is that it's so. If anyone was attracted to me because of a character they'd seen me play on TV, then that would immediately be weird to me. Because it's like, I don't want to be conscious. Like, have you ever had sex when there's a mirror in the room and you see it? You see yourself? It's terrible. I don't like it. I'm not voyeuristic or I'm not into seeing myself having sex. And so the idea that I'd be so self-conscious because I'm playing a character that I wouldn't be into the sex. It'd just be me being a character, and I'd have to the lines to remember. Are there certain things I'm meant to say or do?
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, if you are with somebody, to bring it back to Martin Short and Meryl Streep, who is the greatest that has ever been at what they do, there's got to be a little bit of you that's like, or do you ever have that thing where you're like, in any moment, if she can be the most convincing performer, is there a trust issue? Can you ever fully trust what the person is?
That's an old trope around actors that I think we've dismissed. All actors are incredibly trustworthy.
All actors are incredibly trustworthy.
Look, the one thing I know actors who have done like big roles and have learnt special skills, or maybe are very closely aligned with playing a specific role. It all depends on the approach. If someone comes up and is genuinely like a big fan of that, and like, for instance, a friend of mine was hanging out with Ewan McGregor, and they were back at someone's house, or even back at Ewan's house, I think it was, because and this friend of mine's a big Star Wars fan and didn't want to bring up Star Wars because didn't want to be weird, but then the night got late and then spat out, I love Obi-Wan. And Ewan McGregor was like, wait here. Went and got his lightsaber out and started doing like all the lightsaber moves that he'd learned, because he was fun for him.
Yeah.
He liked doing it. So
and he'd learned a skill.
And
he never when do I get to do this unless somebody asks? And also I'm going to make somebody so happy right now.
Yes. But I think it would be different if it was some weirdo on the street that you had just met, or They're outside your hotel room. Did you see? You wouldn't have. You're not on social media. Friend of the show, Russell Crowe. This clip.
This made the news.
Oh,
So,
did you see it? Okay. Oh, you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Like my version of social media is news.com.au. So if it makes it to news.com.au, I'm familiar with what's
Actually,
happening.
Elise, I might get you. Can you go onto Twitter, go to Russell Crowe's account and find the clip? It was retweeted by TMZ, but Russell retweeted it because he commented on it.
Okay.
And maybe we can bring it up. And
Did he say one heart at a time?
No. But it's a very interesting. So I heard Russell being interviewed on something because he's so active on Twitter. Like he's the one guy who's like, hey, have you guys heard about this Twitter thing? It's great. I heard him being interviewed somewhere and he was explaining his love for Twitter and he was acknowledging all the downsides of Twitter. But he said, you know what I love about this? He said, when I came up, you were at the mercy of the press and publicists. So, you know, if something came out about you that wasn't true, you had to put out a statement, had to be released by your PR, blah, 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 blah. It was all these barriers of access before you could actually get it. I said, now someone says shit about me, I'm just on Twitter, I'm like, no, that's not true. Or he'll just dispute something instantly. So TMZ posted this clip as like, hey, don't fuck with Maximus or whatever, and framed it as him being a real prick because, and we'll watch the clip hopefully in a second. We're all good? Are you bringing it up?
Yeah, just checking. It's the one where he's telling people not for autographs. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's right. There's people outside his hotel room. Well, let's watch it and we can analyze it.
All right.
But just so for context, TMZ posted this and framed it as being what an asshole. You don't want to get on his bad side.
Okay. TMZ.
Hi, Russell. How are you doing?
Are you listening?
Yes.
Stay where you are. Don't push in on me. I'll come to you. Just give everybody space. As soon as somebody's a dick, go. You got me?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Start signing.
Okay.
We can get going. Keep going.
Thank you so much, Russell. Vas-y, non, pas maintenant. Viens là.
Okay, this next bit's important.
If you can add Maximus.
Just
maybe.
pause. Just pause
Vas-y,
there.
viens ici.
So the French guy says, could you also, because he's just signed the guy's poster, and the French guy goes, could you also sign Maximus? Could you sign Maximus? And hear what Russell goes.
Add Maximus, please.
What's that?
Can you add Maximus? Maximus? No.
Just says no and moves on. Okay. So the framing of that by TMZ was showbiz asshole, pushing people around. Russell, have you got the quote there from the retweet from Russell? I think his actual words were something along the lines of, what's the problem here? Like, I created access so people could keep going in and out of the hotel, came down without security.
Made it very clear.
Signed everyone's thing. Everyone's happy. I got to the airport on time. What's the big deal? I agree with Russell Crowe. Like, I think he handled it in a very Russell Crowe kind of way, but that's him, right?
I mean, we're pro Crowe.
We're very pro Crowe.
Like, and we work quid pro Crowe. No, we are. No, we're pro Crowe. Oh my God.
Pro
I can't even say
Crowe,
it now.
the 8.
Yeah. So anyway, look, Russell Crowe is Russell Crowe, but I don't think Russell Crowe did anything there that is unreasonable.
No.
Or also, like if Keanu Reeves spoke like that, you would feel like, oh, that's
Doesn't fit.
Keanu's like really
Yeah.
not what I imagined he was going to be.
Got a bad sandwich today.
But like for Russell Crowe, you're like, this is gross.
Yeah.
Like he's not throwing phones at people. You know, this is the different Russell Crowe he's just put up some boundaries, appropriate boundaries. He's asked for those boundaries to be respected. He's been clear in his communication around it.
Yeah.
He's not signing Maximus.
I love it. The guy's like, Maximus,
No.
he's like, he just looked, listen, here's him out.
Yeah.
No.
Hears him out. And then goes, no.
Yeah.
No.
But he signed everyone's thing.
Yes.
So it's funny, right? Because there was a few months ago, there was some controversy around Chapel Roan and the way she interacted with her fans. Because there's clips online of her sending security to create space for her and blah, 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 blah. What's it like to be that famous where you've got people chasing you through an airport or surrounding your hotel. I have no idea what that's like or what that does to someone. I also feel like with her, because she came out so strongly against her record company, because I believe the person who owned her label is a friend of Jeffrey Epstein's. And it seems a strange coincidence that she leaves the record company and is very public about that all this bad press came out. But by the same token, it's like, it's a weird dynamic to have either paparazzi or, genuine fans hanging, like surrounding you and hanging, like what that would do to your sense of like trust or safety or whatever. I have absolutely no idea. He comes out like a PE teacher in a classroom of rowdy kids. It's like, all right, everyone on your side, shut up, quiet. Are we listening? Ears up. Okay. And then does fine.
Gets it done.
No problem there. It doesn't.
And gets it done.
And doesn't send security out. No one gets roughed up. No one gets intimidated. Because that's the other thing is that the Chapel Roan thing. I think one of the stories was that a little kid came and asked for, like a soccer player's kid came and asked for a photograph, and then the security went over and harassed. And Chapel Roan was saying, well, look, I didn't ask my security to do that. And there is, again, like there's an issue because it's not, you don't know who's hired the security or what their training is or how they're representing you. So that's an issue. Rusty does it on his own. He's completely responsible for his own actions there.
And I think what we've learned also is if you were dating Russell Crowe, and like
don't ask him to be
Maximus.
Hey, Rusty.
Hey, Russell, could you do this now? You fucked me real good then.
Yeah.
But could you do it as Maximus? No.
Rusty, before we start this, I just want to say on my signal, unleash hell.
No. No, Ross, no.
Well, they're not getting him back on for the 1000th episode.
Nah, he'll be all right.
He'll be right.
We respect him.
I said last week that I had some topics
Yes.
that I thought we were done. But there was one more story. I like to come to you with sort of not ethical dilemmas, but we live in a society, Will. I'm not sure if you've noticed that. There's certain unwritten rules.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Rogers came and played a gig
Tim Rogers
up in the Northern
from
Rivers.
UMI.
From UMI. Played an acoustic set up in the Northern Rivers at the Eltham Hotel.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love Tim Rogers. Love UMI. Anyway, so Jeremy and I went along to the gig. It was really nice. Beautiful, warm night. It was back when it was still sort of balmy. Before we left the venue, I went to the bathroom, went to the urinal. A guy came up next to me at the urinal and unleashed the biggest, loudest fart I've ever heard. Why'd you turn the mic on for that?
Sorry, I didn't realize the mic was on.
All right, well, we found,
Okay.
found
The level.
Lisa's level.
My daughter's got a song for you. I think you're going to like.
Where did this fart come out of? No.
Now, what is the social contract in a men's room?
I think
Like at the
all bets are off.
urinal, is it all bets are
Yeah,
off?
all
You
bets
can
are
just like, I know your bladder's relaxing. Does that mean
Yeah.
everything, your sphincter has to
I think
relax as well?
sometimes people don't have control over it in that scenario. If one's going, the other one just happens.
Mate, come on. Really?
Yeah.
No, control one end.
How?
That's right. Clench.
But sometimes if you clench there, then like, I'm not saying that this happens to
Or
me, but
go
I've
to
been
the
in-
go to the urinal. Don't stand next
go
to me.
into the, you mean go
I
into
mean,
the, because
Go into the cubicle. I meant.
it's the opposite. You're
Yeah.
giving mixed signals here.
Very
Yeah.
famous personality in Sydney, I believe, used to do that.
So go to you're thinking that farting can only happen,
Well, I think I
In
did not.
the
I think when
privacy
you
of
are
the-
signing up
but
to,
it's not like the doors have gaps at the top and the bottom. It's
I don't
not
mind
like,
the sound of it, but it was right next to me,
it's the proximity.
like within a foot. Like at least stand at the far end
Yeah.
of the urinal. It's like a little L-shaped urinal. But I just would have.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I think if you've got any control over it, it's not polite to.
do you?
just
He didn't
let it
acknowledge it.
rip.
Would you apologize if it was you?
I'd pretend it was you.
How you going?
I feel like I can't believe you did that. I would absolutely try to
The pub bash me.
I'd try to gaslight you.
Hey, this guy
Literally-
farted in here.
Literally gaslight you. I'd run out going, that guy's the farter. We've got to bloody. I
Let's
was trying
get
to have a
him."
wee, and he's farting out here. That's a cubicle issue. He reckons it's the urinal.
I was so shocked by and not even an acknowledgement of it either. Just just going to come up and like, I'm not saying it was like a little, I'm talking like horse level,
Let it rip.
loud.
On purpose? Do you think it was on purpose? Do you think it was someone who was like,
I think it was
I'm here, I can just do what I want?
I believe it was, yes, inconsiderate. I do not think there was a consideration of other
You don't
people.
think it just slipped?
He didn't seem like, if he was an older man, I would have been like, oh yeah, you know, you get older, it's harder to control these things.
Yeah.
But no, he was like
Younger men eat worse stuff though. They don't understand what's good for their guts.
you can control a fart.
I mean, when you get older, I think you can control it through diet. You learn
Would
what's
you-
good
alright,
or bad
let
for
me
you. But
frame
when
it-
you're young, you're eating the worst stuff. Like,
I feel like I should have been Russell Crowe in that situation. I was like, hey, mate,
hey,
stop,
mate,
get out. All right, you
mate,
wanna-
hey,
ease
mate,
up.
mate. 2 meters back.
Although I would have passed out
In
from
the cubicle.
smell by then. I wouldn't have got a word out. I want it in my mouth.
Can I fart here? No.
Would you do that? Would you ever fart
No,
at a
dear
urinal?
God, no.
No, see, you would die.
I mean, I've never
Because
farted.
you have basic
It's hard to ask me. I'm like, never done it. It's gross.
basic consideration. I am not I fart all the time, but I have consideration for my fellow humans. And the fact
That should be the clip, by the way, for socials. Just you saying that.
Elise, absolutely do not
Loves it.
send this bit
Elise
to
is
Campbell.
just
Stop
like,
it.
this is the best. The show's actually really good. I've lucked out. I thought it was just going to be 2 old men eating biscuits, but it turns out this is right to my humorous taste.
I was so, it was just the lack of regard.
It's not the place for it.
Well,
but
it is
you
the
are
place
in-
for
it's
it,
the
just
place-
not next to someone.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. I feel like there is a once you're in the bathroom a bit, or like it's like this is the bathroom.
It's not like anything goes. It's not fucking Thunderdome.
I
2
don't-
men until 1 man leaves choking.
I mean, you're talking to a person who, even if I'm using a cubicle,
Yeah.
would want like someone to
Soundproof.
hear. You could record a podcast without any noise.
Oh
Like
my
I would do anything that I can to avoid
Anyone knowing you're
knowing
there.
what it is that I'm doing in that cubicle. Like, yeah, so I'm not this person. I get what, but because I even get off put by it when you overhear
It throws
somebody
me, yeah.
in the.
Other cubicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
But you're like, it's still, I'm like, is that the place for that?
I mean, look, I guess the one thing I'd say is sometimes it sneaks up on you. Maybe he had no idea that it was coming.
Give them the benefit.
But it was
of the doubt.
so goddamn big and loud. Like I said, if it had been a small little kind of just like I'll be okay. You know, he just wasn't aware. But this thing, to me, it sounded like, in my imagination, he was sitting with his wife and he's like, I've just got to go to the bathroom. We'll be back in a sec. And then he's like, like, you know, like the equivalent of like he loosened his belt when he got in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He's sort of like, you know.
Well, in a way, then, think of the heroic journey he'd been on up until that point.
just sitting with his wife, just like tears
Try
falling.
to think of the lobby as
It's just like, why is there a vein popping out in your neck?
right? You caught the end of the story, but what you really needed to see was the previous 45 minutes while his wife was telling
Oh, Tim Rogers had
about
been playing. He didn't want to ruin the gig.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe that's what it was. In fact,
Yeah.
you're right. Now that I
Yeah.
see it through that lens, it's like this guy didn't want to ruin
No.
Tim Rogers' gig.
He doesn't want Tim Rogers to sing a lovely little love song about like some girl that he used to love and some car that he used to drive, and then just like at the end of it.
And, someone, I mean, it sounded like someone with, you know, sometimes when you lift up carpet, if you have had any flat, like it was like someone was peeling like wet carpet off a
Wet.
concrete
You didn't say
slab.
wet,
Oh,
no.
it was so fucking loud, and
Okay.
that's why I felt like almost like a medical condition. That's why I was so like, there was no way he didn't know it was coming.
Speaking of medical conditions, did my improvised show in Melbourne post, having like spent a bit of time around hospitals and stuff in the last few months, and Never more has the cliche been true that our fans are people who work in the medical
Oh,
industry.
really? Australia's
Oh my
number one
God.
medical podcast.
This, like, doing my improv show in Melbourne this year, I mean, I had a heightened awareness of it because I'd been around medical stuff, but the amount of times I talked to doctors, nurses, people who worked in the medical system, I don't know how,
we got
what
that cut
do we
through.
need to do? Maybe, could we have, because we've always talked about like everyone relax wear, right?
Yeah.
Should it be scrubs?
Our scrubs.
Should we be making TOFOP style scrubs?
Can they wear anything they want, or is there a uniform?
Fun Scrub Friday.
Right.
Most hospitals have a Fun Scrub Friday or like a version of that, which is like your casual, like you get to wear your fun scrubs, right?
Yeah.
We could be, because like in rain, you'll go into like a shop and they'll have like a tie-in with a big Marvel movie or like a Disney movie or whatever. But could we do that as like we need to get involved in one of maybe these fun scrub companies and see if they want to
actually
do like a
pretty
TOFOP, like an everyone relax.
Good idea.
Line of, like,
and it
scrubs.
makes sense because what do you
It's
want
our
in a
audience,
but it's also
right?
in a hospital where
Yeah.
it can be very tense and it can be very emotional. The message of just everyone relax.
relax.
It's fun. Hey,
Yeah.
relax. You got access to lots of drugs
Yeah.
that can then help you do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because I have been looking into the everyone relax wear, and the issue at the moment is just like it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like it's just for us to even launch it would like cost us more than we make.
Yeah.
So I don't know that we can do that, but this might be a good compromise. But I think what we'd need is the medical profession, and that across the board, from specialists down to whatever, you'd have to pre-order. We'd have to see
Yeah.
the numbers.
Yeah.
We'd want to know that you're going to buy them. And what would it be? Like just the, what do they call it? Is it called like it's a uniform, it's tunic, pajamas. What are they called?
Scrubs.
Scrubs. Is that what they actually called?
I believe they're called scrubs, right? Yeah.
Oh, I always thought scrubs referred to like
You want no scrubs.
you
Scrub ain't a guy
Scrubs,
that
put on
get
your
no love from
scrubs.
me.
I thought it had to do with gloves.
Because it rhymes.
You'll know just because you scrub your hands.
Uh-huh.
But no, scrubs.
You do scrub your hands, that is true. But like, I believe the clothing that they wear at hospitals or vets or whatever, that medical clothing is.
Does it
known as
stand for
scrubs.
something like
I think that's why the.
sterile?
I think that's why the
costume.
That's why.
Really?
No, you keep going. Actually, you know what? I was going to do another thing about the TV show Scrubs, but actually, you spelling out what Scrubs might say. This is actually better content.
Okay, sterile
Yep.
clinicians.
Yeah.
No, here we go. I'll start again.
Okay.
Sterilized
Yep.
clinical
Yep.
apparel
Reparal.
under
BS is the next bit. So
yeah,
this
yeah,
is very suitable.
no. Okay, here we go. Sterile.
Yep. I think that we're over promising with sterile, by the way. I see people wearing them down the shops to get coffee,
Yeah, right.
and I think they're sterile.
Sterilized. So when you get them, they're sterilized.
Okay, sure.
Sterilized clinical.
Yeah, clinical is good.
What's an R word to do with health?
Respiratory.
Rehabilitory.
Yeah, rehabilitation. Yeah.
Sterile clinical rehabilitation underwear. bought
Separately.
I don't know. Elise, can you find out why they're called scrubs, where that originates?
Yeah, I've been hovering on my mic,
Thank
turning
you.
on just to say it's
Right.
because they scrubby and they wear
Yeah.
them when they're
Oh,
scrubbing.
wear
They
them
have to
when they
clean
go.
themselves. Yeah.
So yeah,
They wear them
So-
when they scrub.
So you were right in a way. When they scrub in to do like, you
The
know,
surgery.
or whatever,
Okay.
they put on their scrubs.
Yeah,
So
I
it
thi-
is part of the process.
I just thought I think of MASH. Remember
Yeah.
when you used to watch MASH? They'd
Yeah.
always walk around like that.
Yeah, with their head. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me that you thought that was the case.
yeah. But now
Um,
it makes more sense now that I think.
did you just think that the TV show Scrubs was based on them
Well, I
washing
just thought it was
their hands?
just thought it was a medical reference
Yeah.
because they're all doctors. I never stopped to actually think of what scrubs
Mm.
actually referred to, that is specifically clothing.
Okay, well, there you go. You,
We learn
you
something every
learn
day,
something
and that's
every
odd for
day.
Australia's #1 medical podcast.
You've just learned what the clothing they wear
So
are.
tell me, the medical professionals that you interacted with,
Yes.
what was the conversation? Was like, oh, I listened to your show. Were they aware that we are Australia? Did they make any reference to the fact that we're for medical professionals?
No,
It's just like we listen.
absolutely. Just predominantly, I was like, why is it that in my audiences there are so many people who work in the medical profession?
Mm.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know we've tried to explore this before and work it out. I'm not
Yeah.
against it, but it's like that thing where Bron Lewis, for example, right? Used to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Did a show and a lot of comedy that was like about like, hey, I used to be a teacher and here are my stories. And you find that in her audience, like when you go to a gig and she goes, how many people are teachers? Like a lot of the audience are teachers.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me, right? That's that story. But what is it about us that has attracted people from the medical profession?
I
do you
think the thesis that we've hit on before, which makes the most sense to me because I'm someone who subscribes to this, is it's the white noise of it. Two guys talking, you can tune in when you're interested, but you can also tune it out quite easily. You don't have to follow along. You can sort of pick it up at any point. Because I've gotten quite used now to sleep stories.
Yeah.
But now I'm moving on from sleep stories. I'll just find...
So do you think our mistake has been in the past that we've been too interesting?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
We
that's the
need to
problem.
slow it down so people can really tune out.
Well, I think it's more that if you were having this parasocial relationship with us, like imagine when you put the headphones on, suddenly you're in a living room
Yes.
and we're sitting on the couch, but you're watching TV because you have to make sure that, my metaphor's getting confusing. Your patient on TV is going to stay alive. So you've got to keep half an eye on the TV, but your two mates on the couch keep talking. But occasionally you
can tune in and out.
Tune in and out. But it's not enough to distract you.
It's like me listening to random people on the train.
Do you do that?
Oh, it's my
Do you have
favourite thing to
headphones on? Do you
Yes.
pretend?
Put my headphones on, pretend, and just like listen into people on the... Had a real good fun one recently where it was like Sunday afternoon around like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and early evening on a Sunday afternoon. And it was a group of people who were trying to recruit their friends to go out that night on a Sunday night. And just like phone call after phone call of like people going, nah, mate, you don't have to work tomorrow. Who cares about what? Like, it was
How
the best.
old?
19, 20, 21, that sort of like vibe of like it's Sunday night and we still want to go out. Let's see who we can recruit out of our mates to join us on our stupid adventures.
Gemma was watching the Kylie documentary.
Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue, the one and only Kylie Minogue.
Danny Minogue's sister.
Danny
Kylie.
Minogue's, yeah, that's right. Jason Donovan's ex.
Kylie Minogue, who used to go to the same coffee shop as me in LA.
Hawthorne supporter, Kylie Minogue,
Is
I believe.
she?
Well, at least she grew up in Hawthorne.
Yeah, all right. Kylie, used to go to the same coffee shop, and I just thought maybe that, like, we're around the same in LA. It was
all
like
right, in LA.
Does
she live in LA?
Oh no, there
straight
was a
at
time
home,
she
yeah.
was there or whatever.
right.
Like I don't really know. I would have asked her if we'd ever had a conversation, but I didn't want to just bail up to her and go, "Hey, oh my God, you're like I'm blah blah blah."
I worked with Danny on The Imposter, the last job I did.
Yeah.
She's lovely.
I was so into the idea that Kylie and I would become friends, though. Like,
I think she would be. I think she seems cool.
Yeah, me too.
Considering, I haven't watched the documentary yet, but just considering, we're of an age where we remember when she became famous and how dismissive everyone was of her and the way it was a flash in the pan.
Mate, I remember
Scott Aiken and Waterman.
because we didn't get Channel 10 at home.
Right, so you had no idea who she was.
Well, I remember going to Mafra to Peter Shepherd's house to watch, because they had Channel 10, to watch the Scott and Charlene
So
wedding.
every time you tell me about your childhood, it's so fucking crazy. It's not like from 30 years ago. It sounds like it's from 70. We go listen to his Crystal set. Bradman had just scored a century. And then we tuned into Channel 10. Don Bradman.
I remember that it was a big event to go and watch Scott and Charlene's wedding. But of course, not that big an event if you've never seen the show before.
You're like, what the fuck is this?
What is this?
But when you think about the amount of shit she copped, the amount of bullets she took,
Yes.
written off constantly, and kept reinventing herself, then the sort of Triple J era, And then, the Nick Cave, and everyone's like, oh, what's she trying to do? We're not fooling anyone. Then she breaks into the States. And the whole time people
Turns out she's like, I'm fooling everyone.
yeah, but people just kept doubting her, and she just kept going and evolving.
And kept going. And
too.
never seemed to get really bitter
and
about
also,
it.
No,
when,
and also had tragedy in her life and health issues and all that kind of stuff.
Great deal of I agree with you. And like even this latest reinvention yet again to incredible.
Huge.
And playing the AFL Grand Final.
Awesome. About time. About time they got some quality.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Jen was watching that doco. I came into the bedroom and she was like all flat. And she was like, I was like, why? And she's like, oh, I'm just watching this Kylie. She's like, they're talking about spinning around, how that was like 25 years ago. And she's like, but it doesn't feel like she's gone. That's like, and I was like, I know, man. This is the thing about getting to our age is you hear those boys talking about getting their mates out, let's go out. Getting to middle age is those memories are both easy to recall, but also a million miles away. Like it's kind of like this quantum entanglement thing where it's like it feels it's both states at the same time, like a superposition where, yeah, that's right. I remember when you and I were young, fucking let's go out all weekend, blah, blah. But at the same time, like I have no idea what that is or how to do that, or I have no desire to go back there. But it's just weird in the ways you hold on to certain things, or your identity is built around certain things, but then the reality of looking in the mirror, it's like when you don't see an actor or a musician or a celebrity, you haven't seen them for 5 or 10 years, and then you see them, you're like, oh my God, like their hair's grey, or they look different, or they look older. And it's like, oh yeah, we tend to trap things in amber for our own sort of sense of, I don't know, orientation or our place in our lives. But we're all going to die. That's what I'm trying to say. We're all getting older. We're all going to die.
Oh, I had somebody during my Melbourne run like comment on how like old I looked, and I was like, yeah, you all look old too.
Yeah,
like
it's not happening in isolation.
It's not just me. Although, like,
you know what Iona does?
Yeah,
she's like, I'll read to her at night. She's into these books. There's this, I get not young adult, would it be like adolescent fantasy series called Dragon Girls,
called The Fourth Wing. There's going to be a really racy bit of it.
What's that? Oh, that's the sex fantasy. Yeah, no, the erotica. No, it's called Dragon. It's huge. Like this is going to be Gem. As soon as I started reading it, I was like, Gem, call the publisher, see if we can get the rights to this. But it's already been snapped up. Formula is the bunch of trilogies. So there's like 18 is it? 18 books, trilogies.
Yeah, trilogies.
It's always 3 girls.
So how many trilogies are there?
6.
Good.
Spence would be so proud. Same formula. It's like 3 girls in the real world. They get called to the magic forest where they're all transformed into dragons. They all have their special dragon power, which relates to like a personality trait. Like one's brave or one's this or one's that. Anyway, I read these books to Iona at night. She loves them. And it's a really great bonding experience for us, giving her a love of reading and storytelling. But the whole time I'm reading, she sits next to me and studies like this close and just studies my face and just either picks like dead skin, dry skin off me, or asks why there's hair growing out of my nose, or counts the wrinkles in my eyes or my face. She's been begging me to use moisturizer. She's so horrified. Like it's, and I get it because she's a child. Yeah. Like she's perfect. Her skin is undamaged by the sun. She's, eats nothing but healthy food. She has not faced anything, but she lies in bed with me and all she sees is this broken down old man. Like I'm dyeing my hair again because it was upsetting her to see me with grey hair. I'm not even joking. Like she's seriously kind of like, and I get it too, because I had an old dad.
Yes.
And like all her friends, their parents are much younger because Gemma and I waited a long time, obviously. And it's like, okay, well, I don't mind dyeing my hair. And if it's going to make you feel a bit more less self-conscious about your creaky old dad, like dropping you off at school, I'll be fine with it. But it is weird to sort of sit there with this child who's like, I can see her just trying to do the computations about like, what happened to him? What is this shit? And does it happen to everyone? Just like pick. dunk, dunk, like just constantly. It's like I feel like I'm sitting next to like I don't know, a plastic surgeon or something who's just like working out what they would change from my face if they had the chance.
We have a friend whose brother is like works in like kind of Botox and etc. And we were at a party where he like gave me the most brutal assessment. I was like, this is not good. Are you invited to a lot of parties?
Can I guess what he started with?
Well, this will be great for me. Yeah, okay. Why don't you just guess what it is?
All right.
All right. Go
Oh,
on.
you know what?
You know what? I'm fine with that.
No, okay.
I'm actually fine with
Do you know what looks?
too.
You know what looks maxing is?
Yeah, clavicular.
Yeah. So you know about that trend, right?
Mate, I only know about it because I love alt-right
You're in the pipeline?
content. I'm in the pipeline, baby.
Dude, I'm in the pipeline. All right, that feels like a discussion for another episode.
Yeah.
But obviously they have certain masculine
Yes,
features,
they have
right?
a way that they think
Jawline's got to be
people
like
should look.
this.
And the one thing
distance between eyes and forehead.
And the one thing I would say to these young men in particular about that is that what we have found attractive as people has remained consistent throughout human
yeah, that's
kind.
right. Never
So
changes.
It never changes.
Yeah,
So I would
invest
absolutely
heavily.
commit to a look, break your face in as many ways as you can to get it perfect, and people will absolutely love that one particular look forever.
Okay, so the most prominent feature, did he start with your nose?
Yes.
He said you need a nose
I
job.
need my nose job.
And what did he say in particular? I reckon, because I'd never noticed before, it's a little bit crooked. Did you
is.
break it playing football?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I feel like you're
I feel like I'm
Sherlock.
doing a cold reading.
Right?
I'm getting a John, a Jenny, a Jason coming through.
James, William James. Oh my God, James was my grandfather's name.
Give me your PIN number. Actually, I know your password, so we've established
You
that
don't
already.
anymore. No.
Old mate 32.
Brand you won't, mate. No, can't fucking get me anymore. I've got my Nord pass or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Thing.
Have you got a master password though written down on paper and you keep it somewhere that's not online anywhere, like your master? You've got the password manager, right? Not just the Nord
no.
VPN. No, you do.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And the master password is old mate 30.
So he told you he would trim
nose
it,
job.
fix it up,
Fix it up.
make it smaller,
He didn't actually say smaller. It was just fixing the.
and then I
Because
reckon
big noses on men.
Well, hang on, how long ago was this conversation?
3 years ago.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Big noses on men, I think, are like, I don't think they're considered unattractive.
I like big noses.
I don't think they're unattractive on women
at
either.
all.
But,
No.
but I just.
Jennifer Grey in Dirty Dancing was so much cuter before her nose job.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this is not an opinion I have, but I know in society
Yes.
there are sometimes that would be like what the advice you would get. But I think with men, it's not quite the same.
No, I reckon then he probably talked about filler around here,
Filler around, mate. That's right.
and then some kind of brow lift.
Oh, yeah.
No?
Okay. No, I didn't say that, but I could see that.
Yeah.
I reckon my brows also have gone down like more since that.
Well, that's what's happening to me.
Yeah.
I've noticed is my face is drooping.
Yeah.
my eyelids are getting heavier and heavier. I mean, sometimes Gemma recommends things to me, and I don't know if she's joking or not. But she's like, you could always. A friend of ours, a doctor, has started doing like hormone therapy for men, where you can get like testosterone replacement and all that kind of stuff. And there's another guy, because I'm sore all the time now, like my joints and like I have tendonitis and everything. Yeah. And there's a place in town where you can get like blood platelets injected in, which is meant to help you with recovery and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And Jem's always like, yeah, why don't you go check it out, get something done? And I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, your blood sucks.
You want to
get your blood replaced?
You want a younger man? Blood. You hate me, don't you? You think I'm old and ugly.
Go and drain a young person of their blood and put it in you.
I think women just by they've had years more exposure to this kind of industry of self-care and
the great news is that we didn't like we
rather than make everyone feel good about themselves, we just got the other 50%.
Boys feel bad about themselves as well. So now that's
it's equal.
Equality.
Well, you wanted equality.
Yeah.
We're there. We did it.
Yeah. We've ruined it for everyone. Everyone gets to hate their bodies and faces.
Yeah, so I think that's what it would be for you. Mainly filler, nose job, and I think you could maybe just a little bit of a lift. Like that, just to get those eyebrows.
Feels like what you're doing feels racist. To be
I didn't do the voice.
I don't think I know, but no judgments on people who want to do that sort of stuff. I'm not changing anything on me for a start.
About me,
because I think as a comedian, I am very much of the idea that like I'm not vain about the way that I look. I've pulled the most ridiculous faces and put myself in them. I mean, this week on like the week that we're recording this, which will have been weeks ago now, but on Gruen, like I'm literally the whole monologue is me putting various beauty items on my face all at the same time. Like, so I don't care. Like I'm not, I remember interviewing Sovereign Sire, who's like was an adult actress as well as a comedian and a whole bunch of other things on Willosophy, and them talking about the idea of there's something very freeing about the idea that like, there are stills of you all over the internet in the most ugly and compromising. It takes that vanity away. I feel like that a bit with comedians. I like the expression of the face. I like the look of like being aged and all those sort of things. I don't mind. But I can imagine as actors, there is more pressure, right?
You just made me think of there's an episode of Home and Away. In the scene was me and my niece. She's telling me some like news and the truth of what she was saying was occurring to me. And I remember at the time, like, the way I was acting, the response was that like my eyes kind of drifted to the side, like, you'd call it sort of smell the fart acting, where you look to the side and you sort of knit your brow and so I did that. And then the stills photographer took a still and they put it in TV Week to advertise, that week's episodes. I was completely cross-eyed. Like I kind of went like this. I was like I don't think I was cross-eyed in the scene, but just at the moment where the photo was taken, my eyes are crossed. So I'm like just staring to the side, looking completely cross-eyed. I was like, do they not have fucking any editorial? Like, who is at TV Week publishing that fucking
You
photo?
couldn't get somebody with a texter just to draw a pupil on us.
It was so bad.
Queen Latifah did a version of The Equalizer where she was the Equalizer.
Oh, that's where we started.
Where we started.
Oh, yeah. At the same time as
as the same time as the Denzel Washington Equalizer.
Crazy. Was it called The Equalizer?
Yep.
Listen,
It
they
wasn't
weren't
called
worried
The
about,
Shequalizer,
but they weren't worried about. I guess they had two flashes.
It was
in
one
the
was
DC
one was
universe.
like a TV procedural where like she was like, she was the auntie living in the house. There's a modern retake on The Equalizer,
Of all the franchises that you thought I could reboot and we'll get a whole fucking network of things out of, The Equalizer is the most surprising, right? Like the fact that they got 3 films and a TV series out of The Equalizer and Knight Rider's sitting right there. You know what I mean?
That is, in a world where we have cars that are like Kit from Knight Rider, what would the Kit from Knight Rider car be in this modern day world? Like, because in a way, you could absolutely make a Knight Rider now because.
But how do you make it futuristic?
It different?
I mean, because I guess so what did Kit do? He talked, he could go fast. He was AI essentially, right? I don't know how you would update it for now. They did update it in like the 2010s. They did an update where Val Kilmer was the voice of Kit. I don't know. I don't know what you'd do. Make him. I guess he would be like a vehicle that could do more than just. Would he be an EV? He'd be an EV. He wouldn't run on petrol.
I thought he was going to be evil.
Well, there was an
evil Kit. Yeah, in the original
called a Cat, I believe.
Oh no,
I think so.
Really?
Elise is going to fact check that.
Okay, so Cat was the evil
because
Kit.
David Hasselhoff had an evil twin. It was David Hasselhoff with a goatee beard.
Oh yeah.
So there was Kit, and I think it was called Cat. I can't remember what the evil version of Kit was called, but there definitely was that the evil David Hasselhoff would drive in that.
The evil twin car in Knight Rider was called Car, Karr.
Oh.
Knight Automated Roving Robot.
Yeah, there you go. One last thing before we get to crack that pack.
Yeah.
I saw recently there's an interview with Christopher Nolan, who I know you're a big fan of.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he's a huge fan of the Fast and Furious franchise, like an unapologetic fan. In the interview, he said, I don't know why anyone would think that was a guilty secret. They're fantastic action movies. I love them, particularly Tokyo Drift.
Interesting.
Did you know that?
I would like to see Christopher Nolan's Fast and the Furious.
What would he do? It'd have to be a puzzle box of some kind.
Well, because Tokyo Drift, like there is all those weird
That's sort of out of chronology or something.
Yeah,
right?
I think he could make because he loves a time shift, so he's got to do
He
some
brings
sort
Han
of.
back.
What about maybe it's like a DeLorean style time travel
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Ah, that's what he would do.
Yeah.
Because everyone's wearing suits.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit the jingle.
All right.
Crack that pack.
Okay.
Final
This is
number 3.
exciting stuff.
Elimination final.
We've got
Now, Charlie, the
Yeah.
way this is going to work is we're going head to head with our biscuits.
yeah.
Then we will have a winner out of each of these episodes. We already have 2 winners. The 2 winners so far, to recap, the oat and raisin cookie factory cookie
Yeah.
and the spelt Bangalow Bakery vegan
Chocolate chip.
chocolate.
Well, it
gluten-free
needs a
chip.
catchier name.
Whatever that one is.
Yeah.
They are the
Bangalow Bakehouse spelt chocolate chip, dark chocolate chip cookie.
Okay, so there are 2 finalists so far.
Yeah.
So today it is the battle of the Nutella.
Yeah. So we have the Cookie Factory Nutella filled
Yes.
cookie and the Nutella branded. So this is the actual from the company Nutella. There, it's like a Nutella filled
biscuit.
I don't know how to describe it.
That's all it is.
It's a crunchy Nutella filled
Well,
biscuit.
this is your basic.
These are already open,
Yeah, I had one earlier.
dude. The judges.
Before we started
Okay,
the day, I had just like one.
Okay.
Cause it's a big packet of Nutella.
we're going to
biscuits.
start with the Nutella brand.
Yeah, the Nutella branded one is the place to
I mean,
start.
Nutella's almost like a cheat code, right? For anything.
Well, this is why we're doing Nutella versus Nutella.
Yeah.
Because then it comes down to the biscuit, not the Nutella.
Okay.
So you go first. I've already had one today, but I'm going to have another one regardless. Charlie's giving me a white power sign.
No.
Oh, no, okay. He's doing an okay sign. Sorry. It's
Perfect.
very confusing, the two of those.
Yeah, great. Really good. Forgot how good this is. Classic example of you shouldn't make the biscuit too sweet when the filling is really sweet. Just right amount of crisp. Reminds me of Frere Rocher in the way they balance the hazelnut with the biscuit part. Just a quality, competent biscuit.
I agree. Had one earlier. Had one then. It's just one of those ones where I'm like, I think the thing that is most impressive about it is like the Biscoff.
Yeah.
It is pretty simple.
Yeah.
But they have done the idea of going, look,
They said we've got Nutella.
yeah.
Let's not
Yeah.
reinvent the wheel. Let's not put a hat on a hat or a biscuit on a biscuit.
And they knew what Nutella's good at, and they didn't want to bring in someone that was going to compete against Nutella. They brought in something to support Nutella.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic.
Mm.
All right, let's get on to this. Well, now there's a bit of sea salt in this, so they've gone super fancy.
And I'm happy with that.
Okay, sea salt, and it looks like there's a bit of white choc in there as well, which
Yeah.
I don't know you're going to need, but here we go.
Oh, man, there's a lot of Nutella. That's what I'm seeing initially. I'm seeing so much Nutella. And, nothing wrong with that, but there is a lot going on in this biscuit. This is the opposite
Yeah,
of the simple approach of the Nutella biscuit.
it's very stark when you put them side by side, how hard one's working compared to the other. And because there's sea salt, there's white chocolate, there's cookie, and there's Nutella filling. Yeah, I mean, I think you can probably tell from the tone of my voice that which way I'm leaning. I just think it's too much. I think that everything, all the right lessons from the Nutella biscuit is wrong here. I'm sure there's people who love this, but it's too much for me. I couldn't eat that. I couldn't even eat this bit I got in my hand, but I will.
I'm glad we did these two together. Because like I said, the flavor of this is still really delicious, but it's like we're eating all the biscuits at once. If you've already got Nutella in something, the thing that the original Nutella biscuit gets is you've already got Nutella. You don't need really a lot other than support for Nutella. This is like having your big key forward in your football team or whatever, right? You're like, let's just get it to Nutella, right? Let's not
Clear out the 50.
clear it out and let Nutella do its work. Whereas,
We'll call it Nutella's paddock.
yeah, whereas this other biscuit is this is a team of champions.
Yeah.
This
See,
one.
That's the Gold Coast
yeah.
Suns. It's a list of stars,
Yeah.
but they're all competing to be the star.
to be against
And-
each other.
Yeah,
and
you
then
need
you
some role
can't-
players.
That's right.
The biscuit is the role player in
The
this one.
biscuit's getting the ball to Nutella.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting, right, is I was thinking about it because Biscoff do I was saying a couple episodes ago how good that Biscoff spread is. But I don't know that the Biscoff biscuit with the Biscoff spread would work because it's too much.
No, it works.
Does it?
I've had it, but
But do they decrease the sweetness in the biscuit?
yeah, maybe.
Because the reason this works is that biscuit is almost like there's no sugar in it. It's very
That's a winner, though.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that
easy.
to me is the winner.
non-controversial. Elise, are you curious at all to come in and
Yeah.
Yes, please.
do you want to
Yeah,
weigh
yeah,
in on
absolutely.
this? I'd be
Yeah,
interested to know because you're very
Yeah, like the sweetness of the other. I reckon you
you're
might.
very
You might like the Nutella big
contrarian
biscuit.
on the last round.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a good point, actually. You might
so
actually
let's
be.
see.
See where
Oh,
you
she's
go.
gone right into the
in
heart of the
middle,
Nutella.
right
She's got the sea
Nutella.
salt.
That's like some real
And
pure
the biggest
Nutella. It's
closet
on her
Nutella.
fingers.
How are you going to
You'll not be
open
able
the
to get
door?
through the door. Door's going to be smeared with Nutella.
I know, I feel bad for the next people who come into this
Like,
studio.
is there shit on the door? No.
While we wait for Elise to eat, and I noticed the Inspired Unemployed had set up their studio with like armchairs and like props and stuff. Like, do we need to go back to a more relaxed studio setting? Do we need like armchairs and a couch or something? That's how we used to record the show. We'd sit on a couch, especially when we were at your place. We'd sit on the couch, we'd talk.
It does seem to be the modern way for these
Yep.
podcasts that are video content
Yeah.
to have two chairs so that you can see people and
Yeah, relax, more
Yeah.
relaxed environment rather than
Mm.
this. You know, this is like the briefing or something like that. We're kind of like
head to head.
Head to head.
Yeah,
face
but
to
this
face.
is investigative journalism about biscuits. So
Yeah.
come on, take
Yeah,
it
it's
seriously.
true. Like it is like where like
good to see Elise's eyes rolling and I can fucking find these guys a couch.
I'm like, I'm not moving couches in and out of this fucking room. Jeez Louise.
I like there's a thing they do on like The Guardian, I think it is, but like one of the newspapers does it, where they'll basically, or might be The Age, like, you know, but they'll do like every week they'll pick potato chips or frozen peas or like biscuits or whatever, and they'll taste test all the ones in the range.
Oh, yeah. Is it? Yeah, Guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I think we could absolutely.
Oh, you want to branch out, crack that pack into other snacks.
Into just
crack
like-
that snack.
Yeah, but like it could be like 1 week we really do like you know,
Yeah, chips.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I like that. Let's do genres.
Yeah.
Why do we do? I mean, I'm always thinking about how we can monetize this show more, and I'm like, well, if we did a list, people love lists.
Yeah.
Have you noticed? And this is more Two Guys One Cup, but we haven't done it for a while, so
Yeah.
let me indulge me for a
Okay,
second.
yeah.
Kane Corns is so short on material these days. He does lists, so it's like Kane Corns' 10 most overrated things, Kane Corns' 10 most underrated things, Kane Corns' most ick things, Kane Corns' most, and people love it. Like the engagement they get when he lists his 10 most overrated or underrated things is huge.
Yes, because people can argue about it.
Yes. And being Kane Corns, he's obviously
Yeah.
going to throw on stuff that he knows is going to piss people off.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could just reframe all our stuff like these are
The
without
10
a doubt
best
the 10 best
biscuits. If
biscuits
you don't like
ever.
these biscuits,
yeah,
you're
you're
a
wrong.
fucking
and you're
moron.
an idiot.
Oh, don't give away my social strategy.
Yeah.
Promote the whole thing.
All right, comments
Elise.
on the
Yeah.
Nutella.
I'm going to go the brand name Nutella,
Yeah.
Vicky. Just
Yeah.
because I could eat more of them.
Yeah, but don't you reckon the other one's just a bit too much?
It's a bit too much. I like the textural change of the brand name Nutella biscuit because it's got more crunch to it, where the other one is a bit more gooey. And
Yeah,
I did
I'm not
also
a-
get Nutella all over the handle of the studio.
I'm not a fan of super soft gooey biscuit. What's that phrase? There's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited. This is like there's a party in my house and it's turned into Corey Worthington.
What's that expression? There's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited. Yeah, of course.
Isn't that a famous expression?
Famous expression.
There's a party in my mouth or is it a party in my pants? Where?
I
Party in
believe
my
it's
pants.
a party in your pants. But sure, you can have a mouth party.
It's a
too.
party in my mouth, my pants, wherever you want, for the right amount.
I mean,
I mean, that guy at the urinal, like,
It just-
there was
it's not that different, but it is slightly different. To say to someone, there's a party in my pants, everyone's invited, versus there's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited. Like, they're not that different, but they are different.
what I was going to say is there's a party in my mouth, everyone's invited, but then it turns into Corey Worthington's party and no one will leave. It's just too much. Too much. But okay, so we're saying Nutella biscuit is through to the... Congratulations, Nutella. You're through to the next round. How do you reckon Biscoff is feeling right now? They're like, oh, okay, so they're going to send that. We did this whole sob story about like sending that little plucky vegan cookie through, and now we're going to just completely contradict ourselves by sending the big brand name through and ignoring the mum and dad.
Firstly,
cookie.
we've already got a baked cookie in from that particular company, right?
Yeah, so shut up. Company that's probably not complaining about
So
this.
I was going to say. So, firstly, you can't have like 2 cookies from the one company make the finals.
Okay.
That feels like to me like you can have one Western Australian team in the finals, but you don't want both in. That's not
fair
ruin
enough.
football, you know. And I think it's the same when it comes to this.
Yeah.
I like the idea. Look, if it had been the Biscoff versus the Nutella head to head,
Yeah.
maybe
that would have
that's
been
a-
the fair.
maybe that's a different game, right?
Well, okay, let's just say it right now because we've tasted both. Biscoff or Nutella. Oh, man, this is fucking
Oh,
controversial.
no, I didn't know there was like
Fucking
a wild
hell.
card element. So you're saying
No, this is more the Cane Corns talk back on Monday
this
morning.
is just like if
Speculative.
Biscoff had got Nutella in
Yeah.
the finals,
Yeah.
what would have the resulted been?
Yeah,
I reckon Biscoff.
me too. Ooh, finishing on controversy. Just want to send everyone to our Patreon. Of course, we like to plug that. Ad-free episodes. They come out a day early too. There's also like a huge treasure trove of archive material. If you want to get in touch with the show, there's a link in the show notes. Email tofop@gmail.com. Will, you still doing shows?
I am indeed. You can come and see me in Brisbane or in Canberra. Both those shows on sale. My last live shows for a little while, so come on out.
And I forgot to mention, if you are into the Footy Pod 2 Guys 1 Cup and you want to join us on a Thursday night around about 7 p.m. When the teams come out, I do a teams and tips. So all we have to do is sign up to our Patreon. You can sign up for any amount, but we do a live stream. It goes onto the feed later on if you want to watch it later. But that's a lot of fun. Okay. Back again next week for the final of the finals before we get to the real
Not
stuff.
the finals of the
Not
finals.
the final. No, it's the final of the
Qualifying
qualifying
finals.
finals. So it's
Yeah.
the final of the
Yeah.
qualifying finals.
Charlie doesn't understand.
I don't
He's
know.
really
how it works.
struggling
He
with
really
this
Shut
doesn't. Charlie in between podcasts again forgot how this works, even though it feels like the
We've
simplest-
explained it so
It's so
many
They
simple.
literally got out a whiteboard and wrote it down for me, explained it out step by
You're like,
step.
so we try them all in the final episode.
I was like a chimp. I was just sitting there scratching my head, working out how did they make fire. I'm Charlie Clausen.
relentless.